The advantages of React2.com for speech and language therapists is that the program is ready-made. They don't have to alter anything. All they have to do is select the most appropriate exercises for their patient to use. A speech and language therapist can be sitting in her office and can be setting exercises to send to a patient who is miles away. The person logs on to the computer at home and they see the exercises that have been set for them by their therapist to do before the next session.
From my point of view, it means I don't spend quite as many hours at a photocopier. So I don't have to photocopy all the different exercises for clients, and then when you get them back, trying to see if the homework that you've set them's been appropriate or been useful. Obviously, if you set pen and paper activities for clients, you then have to find the time to go through and look at how they've got on and to mark that, which was quite a laborious thing to do. With React2.com, the information's all there on the results page. You can look at it in many different ways that suit you. It means that I can see pretty much in real time how they're getting on with the activities that I've set them, and if they're not the right activities, I can change that so the client can work on it and do as much therapy as they want to. They get direct feedback, immediate feedback as to whether they're doing it right or wrong and how well they're getting on, and they can see their own progress rather than waiting for you to feed back to them on their progress. If I'm about to see a client, I can pull off of React2.com the results of what they've been doing since I last saw them, see where they're making progress and where they're struggling, and that helps me to tailor the session I'm about to do.
I've used it with a child who was recovering from operation for a brain tumour, and she was able to use React2 at home with her mum, and she had a lot of tiredness following her operation, but they were able to use the programme at different times of the day when her energy levels were up. So it didn't mean that I had to go in as often, and also her mum could find out which bits of the day really suited to work on the programme. So it had good flexibility from that point of view as well.
I can set tasks directly online, and for that reason I might change how often I see somebody. I might not need to see them weekly. I could perhaps see, if they're doing work at home, I can perhaps see them less frequently if it suits both of us.
This, of course, is a very cost-effective way of delivering additional therapy because the person is working on React2.com at home. So there is a reduction in travel costs and in therapy time.
I think for most speech and language therapists, it means that they can do different things in their clinical setting. It doesn't provide everything that a speech and language therapist can provide, but it can speed up some of the process and allow clients to move more quickly through their rehabilitation.
As well as being of benefit to therapists, React2.com can be a great help to managers of the speech and language therapy service because it allows them to have a complete overview of how React is being used with a range of clients. This would in turn help them perhaps put together a business case for purchasing React for their particular department. That person also has an overview of how people have done. So almost from an effectiveness point of view, this is an additional tool which will be very useful for managers or heads of service. React2.com will never replace a speech and language therapist, but it's an additional tool as a therapy resource that therapists can have and that patients or people can have by themselves long after speech and language therapy has finished.